It was on a Saturday at an open house. I saw this ad. Here's the blow up of the I was familiar with this building. This was the condition it was in.
Open the house lights a little bit.
Yeah. Lower them down, okay. Intriguing Mermaid Tavern, over 2.5 acres, nearly flat land, the most amazing living room you ever see. A rare opportunity for the sophisticated buyer who wants the ultimate fixer-upper, not for the timid. Yeah, this was another photograph that was given to me by Dee Warpole. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. Do you see the goat at the bottom? And these are pictures during escrow. We had a long escrow. I went into escrow in the middle of '89. It closed on the first day, January 1 of 1990. Here is a page on Charles. He found the architect, Charles Edward Finkenbinder, the builder with the Goldman brothers. It was built in 1930, named after one of their daughters, Sylvia. And he found all this information about, the name of the contractor, the square footage, how much it cost $10,000 to build it. And so then I really got into the history. And this was a beautiful color rendering, probably done by Finkenbinder or one of his staff. This particular image you'll see it in a number of different drawings, line drawing, color drawing. Here's a really nice line drawing, the Sylvia Park Country Club, and Charles Edward Finkenbinder, the architect. He was up in Oregon for a long time. Gail and I've been contacted recently by people who live up there who are trying to save his buildings. This is one of them. And he was not a really well-known architect. He's a building inspector for a while. He's all these things. David Cameron found out a lot about him. And here's an ad, happiness. It's the goal of everyone. Isn't that great? Another drawing appeared in the Los Angeles Times, 1930. If I'm going fast, it's because we have like 350 photographs. So a man by the name of Melvin Mowbray showed up one day. People kept showing up, giving me things. And he was a sailor in the 30s. And he passed through the neighborhood probably 12 years ago or so. And he sent this to me after he left. He wanted to sell some land here that he bought, one of these cabin lots. See, the Sylvia Park development, it was a real estate, endeavor. They wanted to, maximize their profits. So they bought from Mr. Cheney the acreage in this area, subdivided it into literally thousands of these postage stamp lots, much like the developments on the coast in Palm Beach and in Venice, and they laid a grid work down on this very hilly area without even coming out here, I think, to some degree. And here's pictures of this place. And to get these pictures was just a gold mine. Here's back in the 30s, portico. This is this room with all of its beautiful furniture, hardwood floors. It's probably a Persian rug up there. It's just filled with period. If we had this furniture right now, places would want to do art shows like the Santa Monica Museum does art shows of Monterey furniture and Malibu tile. And there wasn't much tile in this place, actually. Okay, this was the ladies' parlor over there. You can go see it if you wanted. So you go through that hallway, take a left. And the dining room over here, where you ate, where you served yourself. The billiard room was the other room over there on the right-hand side, that far wall. And some of the cabins. I believe this might be Frank Roberts' house. Frank, does that look like your house?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
This is a certificate of membership. Somebody came by, gave me that. Used to belong to their parents or one of their relatives. They had tennis courts, badminton, swimming. Here's Mr. Penny. Melvin Penny gave me a book of photographs, an album. That's where these pictures came from. swinging, another membership certificate. This is a photograph of the parlor, the ladies' parlor again. Sales languished. It was during the Depression. They're really having a hard time making a go of this place. So they started drilling for oil. This is the truth. Down the street, they published in here we go, Topanga Canyon News, oil reports are made public. And they interviewed geologists. And it went on and on and on. They did this map here where all of the great big oil finds in Southern California, if you drew lines and put it all converged in Topanga Canyon. And they did find water and became a water company until, I don't know, 9 years ago or so. Then they changed the name to the Rancho Topanga Country Club and El Rancho Topango. How do I know that? Here's a picture of the great room during that period, and there's a sign on the wall, Rancho Topanga Country Club, and piece of stationery, El Rancho Topango, signed by the developer, Mr. Goldman. You already saw that picture. This was a stove in the kitchen at one time. Then Mickey Cohen came through here. We're kind of racing ahead. I could give a whole program just on the history. So we're really skimming. And it was a boys' school for a while. Ami knows the history better than I do. Mickey Cohen had a gambling house here. I spoke with Mrs. Walker, who owned it at the time, about 5 years ago. She said they would enter the casino, which was in the basement, through a door in the ladies' bathroom downstairs. There was a curtain, and this was the ladies' bathroom downstairs. We did find a door. It was underneath this drywall. This is right after we dug it out from the drywall. And he had gaming tables, slot machines under there, and Mr. Walker actually helped him excavate, Mrs. Walker said. It was rumored that he had prostitutes upstairs, dancers up here, and they would then they would go to the cabins surrounding the country club. And here's another portrait of Mickey Cohen, another house that he was at for a while. And then it became the Canyon Club. And this is the only photograph I have on the Canyon Club. It was purchased by a man named Phil Ewing in the mid-20s. He owned it till 1972, opened a gay bar here. He was a former vice cop, jailer in Santa Monica. And a lady came up to me tonight, Marlene, come here. And do you want to just tell us a little bit about it?
Well, back in the late 60s, I used to come to the gay club with my gay girlfriend, Linda Reevely, who lived right up here on Cheney. We could walk here. And a lot of my gay friends from Hollywood, where I lived, we'd all drive out here on the weekends. And it was just crowded every single weekend. It was a great fun to come, and I'd stay in Linda's house, and we had a great time. That was back in like 67, 66.
Thank you. Okay, thank you for that. I don't have many photographs. If anyone has any pictures, if you talk to any older gay guys in particular, they've been to this place. They know about the Canyon Club. And then the Naydales said it was quite sad because they attended, after they purchased the property, the last event he had here, very few people came. He just allowed African Americans. He's a bit of a bigot. And he said they just stopped coming. Everybody was coming out of the closet. They were opening clubs in town. Someone said that this was the first gay club in Los Angeles County. I don't know. But he built, he took off the roof tile. The Monterey furniture left probably at this time. And he dropped the ceilings and put metal sheds around the building, increased the square footage, made a kitchen on the side. It was pretty ugly, actually. And then it was purchased by Mickey and Ann Naydale, and had a period for the next 4 years of flourishing creativity with the Mermaid Tavern. This was an eccentric and wonderful couple. Mickey was a musician. played bass with the LF Philharmonic, I think. But he left that, I believe, and he was an agent when he was here, and he knew all the musicians, you know, around the world. He brought in talent. They had world-class music here that was just extraordinary. Here he is. And a story, this is the View section, LA Times. Here they are with their son, what's his name? Ben. Thank you. Ben, a review, Rediscovering Topanga Canyon. This is one of their concert schedules. Anne gave me lots of material, sacks full of material. A lot of these concert schedules and lots of these flyers from different events. We got the building listed as California State Point of Historic Interest. First of all, you have to go through like the local Los Angeles County. The county doesn't have a lot of historic properties. Like the city has a lot more. So we have to kind of actually work at it to get a historic designation here. In Los Angeles, the neighbors force you to get them. You know, it's a little different up here.
Let's live in a hideout in Topanga. Come on, let's head out to them hills. Lots of stained glass, cold water in the bath. We can live without those fancy frills. Let's live in a tree in Topanga. Maybe in the leaves they'd leave us be. We could live in a squirrel hole and play our rock and roll. Come out on the limb and you can be a nut like me, yeah!